Hey, welcome to a new video. Today it's pretty much a slightly different video from the norm. I wanted to hit two birds with one stone with this video here and basically talk about the end of Speedhunters and the beginning of a new project that's probably the biggest announcement of my professional career. But before we do that, we're going to jump in this car, head out on some beautiful Italian roads and start talking about the history of Speedhunters, where it came from, and kind of how progressively it ended earlier this year on April 1st, 2025. Let's jump in and have a chat. Alright, so I'm not going to assume that everybody that watches and follows me here on Dino DC, the YouTube channel, is going to know exactly what Speedhunters was all about. But basically, it started in 2008 as a project launched by EA, funded by EA, part of the Need for Speed gaming group. The idea was to create an online presence for people that played the game to find out about car culture globally. That was through the team that we put together. Pretty much had photojournalists dotted around the globe covering the most important events, the most important builds, motorsport races, meets, just kind of digging deep in the culture. I, of course, was in Japan. Little did I know that would lead me to travel pretty much around the world most of the following years. But basically, we were also helping the guys at Need for Speed to kind of find out how car culture was evolving, what were the new trends, what was, aspects of that would need to be integrated into the new games that they were developing at the time. So kind of hitting multiple birds with one stone, and kind of keeping a finger on the pulse of what was happening in the global scope of things when it came to car culture. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity that Speedhunters brought me. Not only did I get to work with some of the most talented photojournalists and creators from around the globe, but it also really helped me craft my very own career and get my name out there. But most importantly of all, be an outlet for me to post and storytell of the various things that I would come across, be it in Japan or other countries I would be traveling to. So for me, having an outlet has always been the biggest positive about collaborating with Speedhunters. I worked pretty much full-time with Speedhunters up until 2019. After that, the management and financial side of the actual project was outsourced to an external agency. I particularly didn't feel like it was the right time for me to keep collaborating at the same rate that I was doing in previous years, so I kind of stepped away. But at the same time, I tried to collaborate as much as possible and cover some of the key events that I would have in Japan. So I wasn't full-time, but I definitely did do my best to keep up with the coolest builds, events, on top of having a day job at the time. All right, so as we all know, Speedhunters was paused, I guess that's the right word to use, earlier this year on April 1st. The site pretty much got locked. We were asked to no longer post. The site does remain online. I'm not going to go into too much detail of why that is or why EA made that call. At the end of the day, we don't know. They haven't really communicated anything to us. The external agency that was handling all the management and financials for the project hasn't really been transparent with what's going on there. But the reality is Speedhunters is now not active, gone. And that brings us to pretty much what this video is really all about. It's probably the biggest announcement of my personal professional career. It's been a collaborative effort between friends, colleagues, people that I've worked with over the years. And it's an exciting new step, an exciting new project that will hopefully kind of bring forward an evolution of what we've kind of expected car spaces to be like, away from social media or the old school kind of blog approach. I think what we're trying to create here is really interesting, and I'm going to be taking a bit of time to go through that. So, basically, Alec and I really travel a lot for the channel, and we spend so much time in cars throwing ideas around, and it became obvious that we really needed an outlet, somewhere our work would live. And it wasn't until we got on a call with Mario and Alan, two ex-Speedhunters contributors now, that the big idea came, and that's how Turnpike came to be. So very quickly after that, it was kind of a natural progression that, the idea of adding Larry onto this project, a friend, a colleague that I've worked with, since the very beginning of Speedhunters together and so many other projects, it just made sense to bring him on board, and he was so excited that we came up with an idea like this, because he also was of the same opinion. Aside from social media, there was no other outlet where our personal work can live. So I'm sure you're already wondering by this point, what is Turnpike? I think number one is to realize that it's not another Speedhunters. It's not Speedhunters version 2. It's basically the evolution of a similar idea, but executed in a very modern way. It's a multicultural, multifaceted, user-driven experience where you're able to not only create and read up on what other creators around the world are doing, but also create a community around that love and passion for telling stories and chronicling cars, car builds, events, motorsport. It's just bringing everything of that into one place. And what you're seeing now on Turnpike is pretty much what you can consider an alpha build. It's the very early stages of the project. There's so much more development happening behind the scenes on the back end. There's going to be a ton of features that are going to be added. Of course, we're going to make 100% sure they're perfect before anything goes live. But you can expect major updates coming in the future. All right, one of the biggest goals that we have at Turnpike is to knock down that wall that existed between the creator and the audience. We want you guys, the audience, to share your stories just as much as we once used to be able to on other platforms. And the first step for you guys to be able to do that is to hop onto the website and sign up and create your own account. So the cool thing about Turnpike is it's our own platform. It's something that we've been working on for so long. It's a place where we don't really need to answer to any corporate guideline. We don't need to follow any posting rules. It's basically driven by us and our passion for cars. So our goal for Turnpike is to be a true global car culture hub. All right, one of the best things that you guys can do right now to help us get off the ground is to open our social channels and give us a follow, especially Instagram. Basically, what we want to create is a space, a platform for people to post, not just photographers, but artists, drivers, parts manufacturers, a place that's shared and everybody can post on, away from all the limitation that social media has today. And I want to stress that what you're seeing today with Turnpike is by no means what the end product will be. It's going to continue to grow and evolve, and what you're going to be seeing in say 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years is going to be completely different to what it is today. And this is a project that's been so many months in the making, so much hard work between myself, Alec, Mario, Alan, and Larry. We put so much effort into trying to create and craft a platform that would be so forward thinking, but at the same time the perfect place for creatives to post on. And it's day one. This is where it all begins. I can't wait to see how this evolves over the years. I hope it becomes one of the biggest projects I've ever had in my career. And the best part of all is that you guys can come along for the ride.